U.S. Attorney General Jeff Sessions in Sacramento touting the Trump administration's lawsuit against the state of California over its sanctuary city policies that it says give safe harbor to dangerous and violent criminal illegals. Jeff Sessions saying California's policy violates the Constitution's supremacy clause. That clause gives federal law precedence over state enactments. The lawsuit zeroing in on 3 recently passed California laws that the administration says deliberately obstructs federal immigration policies and puts public safety at risk. But Democrats in California, including its governor, Jerry Brown, firing back, calling this lawsuit a political stunt.
This is really unprecedented for the chief law enforcement of the United States to come out to California and act more like Fox News than a law enforcement officer. When it comes to these different laws, there is no doubt that the police can do their job. Now, the federal government ought to do its job and not blame California for its own inability to solve the problem, whether it's of crime or whether it's of immigration. That's the job for this Attorney General, and he shouldn't come out to a political show to try to engage in these tactics.
Again, the president will be in California next week. Joining me now, Fresno County Sheriff Margaret Mims, who met with the Attorney General today. Good to see you, Sheriff. Thanks for coming on. Are you for or are you against California becoming a sanctuary state? And what do you think of the lawsuit against the state?
Well, first of all, the California State Sheriff's Association adamantly opposed California becoming a sanctuary state. We knew that this was not going to be good for the public that we are sworn to keep safe. As far as the lawsuit, I am not disappointed to see it. In fact, I welcome it because maybe it will add some clarity to some of the really controversial and confusing laws that are taking place. California passed 3 laws. It's a trilogy of laws that do not make our public safe. The Trust Act, the Truth Act, and the Values Act. They all have to do with protecting not law-abiding people in our communities, but criminals in our jails.
You know, Sheriff, we've interviewed many victims of illegal immigrant crime. Do people forget about the victims? There's something like 2.5 million illegals in the state of California. Is it your sense that too often people forget about the victims of these crimes?
Absolutely. In fact, because now California laws, we cannot talk to ICE about certain people in our jails. They're free to go out and recommit crimes. We're creating additional victims. And there's such a focus on protecting the criminals that by the time you get booked into a jail in California, you've done it the old-fashioned way. You've earned it. And we're protecting people who shouldn't be here in the first place, but they are, and then they commit a crime. Why on earth would we focus on keeping it secret from ICE, whose job it is to enforce immigration laws?
Sheriff, do you agree or disagree with the governor of California?
I disagree with the governor of California, and he knows I disagree with him. I do not believe this was a political ploy. I believe it's necessary, again, to add clarity to the confusing spot that sheriffs find themselves in, having to comply with state law and then having to deal with the federal government trying to work with us to keep our communities safe. It puts us in an untenable position that we need clarity on, and my hope is this lawsuit will give that clarity.
We are seeing data, Sheriff, that more than 1 out of 7 ICE apprehensions are in the state of California. Jeff Sessions saying today that California's sanctuary state policies, to your point, put both police and local communities, including immigrant communities, in danger. Let's take a listen.
We're simply asking the state and other sanctuary jurisdictions to stop actively obstructing federal law enforcement. Stop treating immigration agents differently from everybody else for the purpose of eviscerating border and immigration laws. Stop protecting lawbreakers and giving all officers more dangerous work to do so that politicians can score political points on the backs of officer safety.
Yeah, but Governor Jerry Brown and Democrats are really blasting Jeff Sessions in the White House, saying this is all a political stunt, that California is just fine. Go ahead.
You know, we told legislators when this law was pending that the unintended consequence that's going to happen as a result is ICE is going to continue to do their job as they should, but they're going to do their job out in our communities rather than in a safe, controlled environment like our county jails. And that's exactly what's happened. In fact, the governor admitted when he signed off on the law that California's not prohibiting ICE from doing its job. Now, what we predicted is coming true. So there's no surprise. There should be absolutely no surprise to legislators. And it's sad that now, because we cannot communicate with ICE and work with them in our jails, that now we're out in our communities and they're trying to do their jobs. We need to stop vilifying our hardworking ICE agents and our federal law enforcement partners. They're doing their jobs. Law enforcement has to enforce the law. Teachers have to teach. Preachers have to preach. And we're not going to apologize, any of us, for doing our jobs.
Sheriff Margaret Mims of Fresno, California, thank you so much for coming on the show, and thank you for your service to our country. We really appreciate you. Thanks again.